you go back to the U.S. Open, of course, and how things played out with Rory, with Bryson DeChambeau, who happen to be the two faces of PGA and Live and all that, which I want to get to momentarily here. But from all the people you talk to and seeing kind of an unprecedented type of a collapse from Rory, Allen, what is the state of Rory McIlroy, who, again, he's still the second highest betting favorite. He's on familiar turf here. What's the state of him from the people that are around him after what happened?
It's really one of the biggest questions in the entire sport is Rory's head. It's been a maxim in golf forever. You can't play your best without, a clear mind. And he's been in the center of this battle for the soul of the game. Probably people know he filed for divorce and then just said, "Oh, take backsies," just a month ago. There's a lot swirling around in his noggin, and he's already been in this place where he's getting in his own way at the major championships. I mean, week to week, the guy is a dominant force. He's won all over the world. He's won the FedEx Cup multiple times. He's won the European Tour's version of that, the Race to Dubai, multiple times. He's won the Players Championship. He's won the Tour Championship. He's won all these marquee tournaments. So clearly his game is good enough to win anytime he tees it up, but he wants it too much. And the scar tissue has been built up so much at the majors over the last decade. And so, nobody knows what we're going to get from Rory. I don't think Rory knows. I mean, that's part of his issue. It's like he's kind of white knuckling it every time he turns up at this major, just trying to do the same thing over and over and trying to get a different outcome. In the heart of his prime, when he hasn't been injured and he's been playing beautiful golf, that he hasn't picked one of these off in a full decade now is stunning. And it just speaks to what makes tournament golf so thrilling. It's just a battle within yourself. I mean, the ball's just sitting there mocking you, and you're just alone with your thoughts out there. And Rory's a classic example of a guy who has all the physical talent, but there's a missing piece in what he's doing at the tournaments that really matter. So I've given up trying to predict Rory. I mean, he could open 62-62 and run away with this thing. I mean, that's within the realm of possibility, but it's never easy, right? I mean, I think, when you think about like David Duval, when he won his British Open, he made the cut by one shot. He barely made the cut. He was nowhere in there. And then he went crazy low on Saturday. And then Sunday, he just kind of hung on and nobody made a run. I mean, that might be the template for Rory. Just kind of sneak into the weekend, do something incredible on Saturday, and then everyone just falls apart on Sunday. I mean, a lot of majors have been won with that formula. He just hasn't, he's been a little unlucky in that regard. No one's handed him one. If you contend as often as he does, usually one just falls into your lap. It hasn't happened for him yet, but it has to, you would think, as long as he keeps putting himself there. But yeah, the state of Rory is a fascinating subject.
He's been so close to, he could have 7 if you really think about it. He said, look, they don't owe me anything, but I feel like I'm kind of owed one. Does it feel that way when you're out there watching him?
Yes and no. I mean, I think about the old course. I walked 2 years ago, I walked every hole on Sunday with him. And, the story was, well, Cam Smith shot 30 on the back nine and stole it. But Rory made so many little mistakes. He didn't make a bogey, but he squandered so many birdie chances. Just so many soft pars on a course that was really defenseless that day. And he just never hit the right shot at the right time. He didn't make any putts that mattered. It was like, he said, "Oh, I didn't make a bogey on Sunday playing in the last group at a major with it, and I had a 2-shot lead. That's usually good enough, but it wasn't good enough." Like there's always a moment in every Sunday at a major when you have to do something. You have to hit a great shot. There's a do or die putt, and Rory hasn't hit that shot and he hasn't made that putt. So I guess he's unlucky that people have stolen it from him. The way Bryson played on the weekend at Pinehurst, obviously that incredible shot in the bunker, but you had that feeling, even when Rory had the lead in the back nine, he was playing a little cautiously and Bryson was attacking. And in sports, when one team is playing sort of defensively and one team is playing aggressively, you can usually see what's going to happen. And over time, they're going to make up that deficit. And that's exactly what Bryson did. So it's just like Rory protects a little too much. The putter, he doesn't release the putter. It's just, he has to just freewheel it. He has to pretend it's Thursday at Quail Hollow. Easier said than done, but we know he can hit the shots. I mean, you look at the shot he hit on the safe second hole to win the Scottish Open last year, that bullet 2-iron through the wind. One of the greatest shots this century. I mean, there's a plaque out there in the middle of the fairway for a reason. It was pure talent. There's a handful of guys that could hit that shot who've ever walked the earth, but Rory just can't do that when it really matters. So can you find that missing piece? I don't know. We're gonna find out. But this is not, it's do or die. It's 8 months till Augusta. So if he wants to salvage his year, if he wants to flip the narrative, this is Glory's last shot, as they used to call the PGA Championship when it was the last major. Now it's the Open Championship. He's got one more bite at the apple. We'll see if he can do it, but it's hard to feel confident. I'll say that.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.